I'm in my early 30s, and my younger brother, Max, 28 male, is a professional dreamer. I'm talking big dreams, the kind where he's on a yacht sipping champagne, surrounded by piles of cash and probably a monkey in a tiny tuxedo. The problem? Max also has the attention span of a goldfish, the decision-making skills of a caffeinated squirrel, and absolutely no ability to tell a scam from a real opportunity. A few months ago, Max barged into my apartment, talking faster than a podcaster on double speed. "You're not going to believe this," he said, eyes gleaming with excitement. "I've found the perfect investment." He sounded like a kid who'd just discovered Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny were real and also running a startup together. He proceeded to explain with wild hand gestures about this crypto trading platform that his buddy introduced him to. "Guaranteed returns," Max said, with a grin that could only be described as painfully naive. 20% every month, no risk." I swear I heard alarm bells ringing in the distance. Trying to keep a straight face, I asked for more details. He rattled off buzzwords. Algorithm, blockchain, AI trading bots. I asked what the company actually did with his money to generate these magical returns, and he waved me off. "They have a secret system, okay? It's proprietary. You just wouldn't understand." Oh, I understood all right. I understood that this had scam written all over it and flashing neon lights. I've been around long enough to know that if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is, especially when it comes with vague tech jargon and zero transparency. "Max," I said, trying to sound calm despite wanting to shake him by the shoulders, "this has all the hallmarks of a pyramid scheme." I pulled out my laptop and spent an hour walking him through examples of similar scams that had crashed and burned, leaving investors in the dust. I showed him articles, highlighted the red flags, and even found a Reddit thread where someone had dissected this exact platform. Max was unmoved. "You're just being overly cautious," he said, rolling his eyes. "This is the future of money, and you're too stuck in your old-school ways to see it." For the record, I'm 32, not 92, but sure, let's act like I'm some dusty relic from the pre-internet era. By the end of our conversation, he was so determined to ignore my advice that he may as well have tattooed YOLO on his forehead. Fine, I thought. He's an adult. He can waste his own money if he wants to. And oh, waste it he did. Fast forward 6 months. Max showed up at my door looking like someone had told him all his favorite Netflix shows had been canceled. His shoulders were slumped, his usual bravado deflated, and he muttered something about needing to talk. The moment he said, "It's about the investment," I knew where this was going. Turns out the platform, shocker, wasn't the financial revolution Max had hoped for. The website was gone, the customer service emails bounced back, and the founders, they'd vanished faster than a magician's rabbit. Max had sunk $10,000 into this scheme, a significant chunk of his savings and money he couldn't really afford to lose. He looked at me, his face a mix of embarrassment and despair, and admitted, "It's all gone. I lost everything." I'll admit, a tiny, petty part of me felt vindicated. After all, this was the exact scenario I'd warned him about. Still, I tried to keep my cool. For about 5 seconds. "Max," I said, as gently as I could while still being honest, "this is why I told you not to do this." The words felt inevitable, like gravity pulling them out of me. Was it an "I told you so"? Yes, but it wasn't a victory lap. It was a reminder that this whole mess could have been avoided. To my surprise, Max didn't argue or get defensive. He just sighed and said, "Yeah, you were right. I should have listened to you." That deflated me a little. It's hard to enjoy being right when the other person looks like they just got hit by a financial freight train. Still, I couldn't resist adding, "You know, if you'd spent half as much time researching this as you did trying to convince me it was legit, we wouldn't be having this conversation." Max groaned. "Can you not rub it in right now?" he asked. But here's the thing. I wasn't trying to rub it in. Okay, maybe a tiny bit, but mostly I just wanted him to learn from this and not fall for the next shiny, too-good-to-be-true scheme that came his way. Later, when I told my partner what happened, she wasn't as understanding. "You didn't need to say, 'I told you so,'" she said, giving me a look like I'd kicked a puppy. "He already felt bad enough. You should have just offered support." And okay, maybe she has a point. But part of me feels justified. I mean, what's the point of giving advice if the person ignores it, messes up, and then you can't remind them you were right? I didn't gloat or laugh. I didn't say, "Wow, what a genius move." I just pointed out the obvious. Is that really so wrong? So Aita for letting an "I told you so" slip out when my brother's $10,000 lesson came due? Because honestly, I feel like the real crime here is that he called me old-fashioned, and I'm still not over it.